Okay, to guess the keyword for today.
Yep.
I have a riddle for you.
You got a riddle for me? Okay.
Yeah, most students in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
They have to go to school from their homes, right? Go to schools from their homes.
I
right?
hope so.
Yeah, and then
they're not out the street,
when they finish the lessons, they go back from the schools to their homes.
Presumably. Well, or tutorial center and then home.
Yeah. What kind of students who do not need to go to school by leaving their home?
Well, we have a boarding school now out in Harrods or Harrods or whatever it's called.
Oh, yes.
You know? But I don't think it happens very often in Hong Kong. But
still, a boarding house is not a home.
It's
true. Not really.
Yeah. I'm saying you said where else they come. But if they're not going to and from school from their home, then they must be in homeschooling.
Yes.
Schooling.
Yeah.
Okay, so homeschooling. This is an interesting topic in Hong Kong because there's a lot of people that I know just say, "Oh, yeah, homeschooling doesn't exist in Hong Kong, can't be done." Not quite true, actually. Not quite true. I know people that are over here now and their kids have some special education needs, and they're just like, "Yeah, well, we've just decided for the next couple of years we're going to homeschool our kids." And I said, "Have you looked into that?" And they're like, "What do you mean looking at it? We're just going to do it." And I'm like, "No.
No.
It can be done in Hong Kong, but it is very rare.
Yes.
And it does require a lot of paperwork and a lot of dealing with the education.
Oh, yes. Bureau. You mean the Education Bureau?
Yeah, the Education Bureau. Because the law is that you have to have your kids in school.
To be exact, you have to deal with education-related bureaucrats.
Yes. And you have to lay out a plan of homeschooling, and you have to make it stick. And then they have to approve it, basically. And this is in the news a couple of days ago. Because of this kid, his parents kind of claim he's a genius, and they want to have him homeschooled, but they want to do it through a kind of special tutorial center. At which point, that doesn't look like homeschooling. That looks like an alternative private school that's not registered as a school. But if they can get him enrolled in that instead of a normal school, it's like they've bypassed the entire approval process for private schools. You know what I mean?
Yep. But you know what? Homeschooling has a very long history.
In Hong Kong or elsewhere?
In every part of the world.
Yeah,
if you read, let's say, Jane Eyre.
Okay. They always had private tutors that taught them at home,
private tutors riding in a horse or in a...
Yes. Yeah, for the aristocrats, right?
Yeah, and then they just teach one kid or two kids, right?
Yeah.
And that was before the Industrial Revolution.
Yes.
Industrial Revolution calls for more educated labor.
Yeah.
And then the homeschooling system with the churches and a lot of wealthy donors, they want to have trained, skilled
teachers
who can grossly expand the educated workforce, right? So that's why school is designed
this kind of invented. Because prior to that, you were, like you said, you were an aristocrat who had a private tutor.
Yeah.
Usually in a very narrow range of subjects. Like 3 or 4 subjects, and if that person
Latin.
was... Latin. But if you had somebody who was a scholar of the sciences, your kid would know about sciences and not very much about other stuff. If they were a literary guy, you know. But then most people weren't educated. But here's the funny thing, is that back then, you would have your private homeschooling because you were wealthy.
Yeah.
But now, it seems like in Hong Kong, it's going to be driven in the other direction. It's people saying, you know what, my wife or my husband, the second earner, can't earn enough to make it worth getting an education for our kids that we think they're capable of, and it actually makes more sense for us to homeschool them as a cheaper alternative.
But still, it's what I call the lower middle class.
Yeah.
It's not really the grassroots, because if it is the grassroots, then one way or another, both
parents are working and they go to a state-run school. But the cases that I've come across, parents whose kids have special needs.
To correct you, it's SAR run school.
SAR run school. Special administrative schools, not state.
Because if you have to go for state-run school, you have to go to
China,
north of the border.
Yes, But
sorry.
True. So the cases that I've come across, and they're all rare. I mean, there was a family who wanted their kids in a special swimming program that required intensive training, and the normal school schedule was going to work out. So the mother said, "I will take it on myself." Another family couldn't get, they have children with special needs education in English, which is so hard to get in Hong Kong. There's such huge demand.
Oh, I know.
And they're saying, you know what, we just can't get any suitable schooling for our child. We're going to homeschool him for a couple of years. That's our intention, because the mother will get trained up to do it properly.
I am all for more options.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
everyone who study economics 101.
Yeah.
First lesson.
Sure.
Scarcity.
Yeah.
Choices.
Yeah.
Right? So more choices.
Yes.
For the people.
Well,
it's better for the economy.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
You provide more options to
So
the people. People are become more happy.
So should the education department be kind of slack, a little bit easier about this? Should they make it easier for people to homeschool?
They should set up a department, or at least, right?
Yeah. Well, they have people that do it. And
No. They have to set up a hotline.
Like the whole homeschooling specialist.
Homeschooling hotline.
Yeah.
Then they will be more. Then they appear more friendly for people for homeschooling, and there should be consultants to help them to fill up all these stupid forms.
Yeah. Hey, maybe there might be a business in that for us, Vincent.
Oh yeah.
You know government. We can figure this stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah. So homeschooling.
Are you sure we are doing it online now?
Yeah.
So everyone knows our idea, but it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think we should have a homeschooling consultant to help people to go through all the red tapes and all
I
that.
think there's going to be more demand for it, and I think people need to keep an eye on this one, because if demand grows dramatically and rapidly because people are unhappy with the public system, can't afford private schools, the government's going to have to react.
Yep.
And so we'll see how that goes.
Can be a social enterprise as well.
Yeah, could be.
All right. Be a social enterprise.
All right. Some good ideas out there about homeschooling.
Here for the homeschooling.
Okay.